Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Tequila Tuesday Show. I'm your host, Justin Baldwin, and the tequila we're talking about today you've probably seen on the second shelf of ABC stores and liquor stores, but I must say the way that they produce the tequila lends them more to a premium and ultra-premium tequila. The reason that they're on the second shelf is they decided to price it at a way that everyone could have access to it. Henry Besant and Dre Masso are the founders of this tequila, and the tequila is Altos. Now, a little bit about the beginnings. Both of these guys, like I said, were going from place to place doing cocktail competitions because they were both bartenders by trade. And that landed them in Los Altos, Mexico, where they met Jesus Hernandez, a master distiller, and they got to talking, wanted to make a tequila that was perfect for cocktails, perfect for bartenders to be able to use, and that ended with what is now known as Altos Tequila. Now, a few things about them. Their agaves are grown in Los Altos, Mexico, 2,100 meters above sea level. After the agaves are ripe, the humidors come, chop them up, and they are cooked in brick ovens. A common theme that you will realize is brick ovens is what the majority of premium and ultra-premium tequila companies use to cook their agaves. Altos is no different. That's why I said their production process lends them to a premium tequila company. But 3 days they cook the agave, and now moving on to the crushing of the agaves. They do use the Tahona press. They also use a rolling mill. So they use both processes and mix that tequila into their different profiles. Instead of Blanco or silver, they refer to this as Plata. We also talked about a few episodes ago, Tequila Ocho also calls their silver tequila Plata as well. So they use both the traditional Tahona press and a modern roller mill to crush the agaves, and they mix those two into their tequila. So I'm really excited to try it. Never ever tried this before. I'm excited to try it and kind of get a feel for the smoothness and the richness of both processes. Then they use copper pot stills, which again is another thing that premium tequila companies use. It's a very much cleaner distillation process. And as always, the silver tequila is not aged at all. For their reposado and añejo renditions, they use bourbon whiskey barrels. So, on the front of the bottle, they have the bottle number. Now, it is printed. It's not handwritten in pen like some of the other companies we've talked about before. And it does have the master distiller, Jesus Hernandez. His signature is also printed on the bottle. Now, as far as the NOM number, if you remember previously, we talked about Pernod Ricard owning a few tequilas and how they're growing and growing and growing. How they bought Avion back in 2018. Well, they also own Altos. So the distillery is 1111, 4 ones, and Pernod Ricard owns Altos. So I'm excited to try this. And the soil that they use to grow the agaves is actually volcano soil. So I'm excited to try this because of how they actually make it. And again, this bottle was $9.97, $9.98 before tax. So not much at all. The lid, it seems like wood, but it has a plastic lid inside. So no cork, just a screw-on lid. It smells a lot like Don Julio Blanco. Let's take a taste. Very smooth though. I like it. I like it a lot. There's like a wannabe hint of lime in there. The second go around, man, that is so smooth. No bite at all in the back of the throat. At all. Wow. Has pretty fast descending legs. Not bad. Well done, Altos, I must say. Very, very well done. When they were making this tequila, they really wanted to make something that had a really smooth profile that could be used in cocktails, but was strong enough to make it through all of the different layers and still have a good punch at the end. And one thing that's extremely important, this is 100% agave. And that's always really important, as we've talked about before. We had a previous episode talking about what gold tequila is, how it's a mixture and can only be 51%, and then everything else, the remaining 49%. Go back and watch that if you're not sure what gold tequila is and why 100% agave is so important. Man, I will definitely be buying this for my personal use. Wow. Absolutely. Well, as always, here is to another episode of the Tequila Tuesday show. Thank you for letting me review this. Thank you for watching along with me. And thank you for letting me try this for you. And I also would definitely recommend that you try this. It's a great price point. Even though it's production process, they could easily charge more to the likes of Casamigos and Avion because of how it's made. They priced it, like I said, to make sure that everyone could afford it. So enjoy a drink. I recommend your next one is Altos Blanco. Here's to your continued health, wealth, love, and happiness. I'll see you next week.